Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Zen Lounge. I have an exciting episode planned for you today. Today, I'm going to be going deep into the next amendment for the XRP ledger, XLS30. This allows liquidity pools, automated market making directly on the XRP ledger. This is exciting for DeFi on the XRP ledger. So I'm going to be doing a in-depth breakdown in this video. I'm going to be reading you guys a AMA that happened November 17th with Ripple, and she explains everything you need to know about XLS30, including we're going to break down what exactly is the secret sauce that David Schwartz mentioned. He said this actually should show a picture. Let me pause this real quick. So I paused the video real quick to show you guys this tweet from David Schwartz. He says, for the first time, this reveals the plan's secret sauce, a continuous auction mechanism that incentivizes arbitrageurs to burn liquidity tokens and arbitrageurs sooner, more accurately, and more frequently to increase the benefits to liquidity providers. So we're going to read all about the secret sauce and more. So here's some definitions that you need to know. Liquidity pool. A liquidity pool is a collection of digital assets accumulated to enable trading on a decentralized exchange. A DEX is an exchange that doesn't rely on a third party to hold users' funds. Instead, DEX users transact with each other directly. Okay, what is the AMA? You'll be hearing me say this a lot. An automated market maker is a smart contract that exchanges liquidity between token swappers and liquidity providers on a decentralized exchange. So what is a CLOB? A CLOB is a central limit order book. It's the traditional trading method used by most exchanges global. And then we're going to be going into the secret sauce today. So there's been this has been up on GitHub since, when was this posted? It's been posted for a while. It was revised on 11/17th. It's been posted since June 30th, 6/30, 2022. And Joel Katz, David Schwartz is one of the contributors, and we're going to be learning from Anshul. She works with Ripple, and she did an AMA with Bias Goose. So Bias Goose says, hello, welcome to another XRPL Developer Discord AMA. Today, they have a team member from Ripple to chat about XLS30, the automated market maker on the XRP ledger. So Bias Goose, I'm going to show you guys his Twitter account real quick. Bias Goose is a tech community lead at Ripple, a former, so I'll just leave it at this. He's a tech community lead at Ripple. He's obsessed with blockchain. And he actually hosts a Twitter space called the Roundtable. He's going to have another one this month. Last in November, Reza was featured on it. And so this guy is a good person to follow if you want to learn more about the technology of the XRP ledger. Let me turn my camera off and let me focus on this AMA. So I'll post this in the description, the GitHub for if you're looking for more details, you can click the link in the description on the automated market maker on the XRP ledger. So she joined Ripple in 2019 after finishing a PhD in computer science from Boston University and led protocol design and cryptography research team at Ripple X. My team focused on designing new primitives and protocols for the XRP ledger to enable efficient application development. I co-authored XLS30, the non-fungible token standard on the XRP ledger, which is now live on mainnet. Yay! More recently, I co-authored XLS30, a native automated market maker on XRP ledger with our CTO, David Schwartz. Another initiative by my team is to come up with innovative solutions to enhance XRPL scalability and enable pro-compliance privacy applications to this end. We explore advanced cryptographic primitives such as threshold signatures, zero-knowledge proof systems, rollups, and decentralized identity, etc. This is relatively new direction, so more to come to this soon. Bias Goose responds, awesome. We are excited to have you here to chat about the AMA specifications. She responds, likewise, and looking forward to some interesting conversations. So in this video, this is an educational based video, guys. We're going to go deep. It's the bear market. This is the perfect time to learn and advance our knowledge and the technology that a lot of us are invested in. and also just to learn more about DeFi and how we can become smarter. So by next bull run, we're just so much more wise. So let's continue the conversation. Let's start with some fundamentals. Bias Goose says, can you give us some high level explanation of what the AMA is and what it will bring to the XRP ledger? She responds, sure. Let me take a step back and explain the current strat of R for the DEX on the XRP ledger. XRPL has a central limit order book based DEX since 2012. A CLOB based DEX is similar to, in many ways, traditional exchanges. They typically maintain an aggregated list of bid and ask offers, and trades are executed by matching the incoming offers with those in the order book. Market makers in CLOB profit from bid-ask spreads. These DEXs are ideal for high liquid markets because the spread is small and the depth of demand and supply is high. However, they're not great for illiquid markets where users might have to wait for long periods to get their orders fulfilled if there does not exist one in the order book that matches their order. And more importantly, cloud-based DEXs are not scalable on public blockchains because of expensive transaction costs and limited storage capabilities. These are some of the reasons that gave rise to an automated market maker, AMA-based DEX on base DEX. An AMA, on the other hand, is a type of DEX protocol that pulls liquidities from users. For trade execution, the protocol uses mathematical formula that takes into account the current liquidity of a trading pair and provides an instant quote. In other words, instead of referring to an order book to get the price, you'll get it as a result of a predefined algorithm. AMA market makers make profits from trading fee. That is charged to the traders for the trading against the AMA instance. Compared to CLOBs, they always provide a quote for an illiquid assets and provide better user experience. In short, AMAs target different segments of traders and LPs, liquidity pools, and use cases with its unique trade execution and incentive model, among other advantages. Bias Goose responds, absolutely. I guess the AMA brings an entirely new trading strategy to the ledger, which is very cool. The answer is already baked in, but why do we need an AMA on the XRP ledger? And what are some of the key differentiating factors in this spec? She responds, XRPL has some natural advantages: fast finality, lower transaction costs, and fair transaction ordering. That makes it well suited to support an automated market making based DEX. Elaborating more, here are the key differentiators. Number one, protocol native. Allows developers to utilize automated market making functionality without having to create their own smart contracts and face associated risk. So it's more secure. No front running or MEV. Inherited benefits from the XRPL federated consensus. There are no miners who prioritize only higher gas fee orders. Number three, DEX integration. The proposal allows for the integration of CLOB and AMA on XRP ledger. This enables price optimization to determine whether swapping within a liquidity pool or through an order book provides the best price and executes accordingly. 4, this is pretty cool. This is going to allow DeFi to become more easy for the average Joe. Number 4 is single-sided liquidity provisions. Anyone can easily participate as a liquidity provider. Only a single asset is required to contribute to a pool. The protocol swaps on an LP's behalf to maintain a 1-to-1 ratio, thus decreasing the number of steps for users and improves UX, user experience. So this is one I want to highlight because I've seen some confusion with this one. So people thought this meant single token liquidity pools. What actually it means is, if anyone experienced DeFi right now, what happens is you need 2 tokens. So let's say you want to enter the XRP USD liquidity pool. What you'll have to do right now in most DeFi protocols is you'll have to sell half of your XRP and get the equal equivalent of USD, and then you enter the liquidity pool. So what this is going to do is basically allow the steps to be quicker and easier for the average Joe, I believe, where one person could put 100% XRP, and then the algorithm itself will swap the 50-50 ratio of XRP and USD for you. and it improves the whole experience, so people don't have to go through all those steps of getting the equal exchange of both assets and putting into the pool. So that's one I want to highlight it. So 5, continuous auction mechanism. This is the secret sauce. So let's read what the secret sauce is. This is an absolute novel feature. We propose a unique mechanism where the AMA instance continuously auctions off trading advantages to arbitrageurs, charging them and giving them earnings to its liquidity providers. This allows liquidity providers to take a large share of profits that would normally be taken by arbitrageurs. Boom, boom, boom. So that's how us liquidity providers, when we provide our assets to these pools, get paid. So we love to learn about that. Bias Goose response. These are super important advantages from the user experience perspective. 4 is really great since buying various tokens to turn into liquidity pool tokens adds several steps for the users, and it's more confusing. I totally agree with Bias. Can you tell us more about the ecosystem participants in the AMA would be? So here are the 3 participants. She responds, sure, there are liquidity providers who add liquidity to the AMA pools. So that could be you listening to this video. Then there's traders, number 2. Traders who swap one asset for another for a fixed fee. Example, speculators, arbitrageurs, app users, etc. And then there's developers who can integrate directly with AMA DEX pool to power exciting interactions with tokens, trading interfaces, retail experiences, wallets, DEX, etc. Each participant plays a significant role to build a thriving automated market making ecosystem. While designing the protocol, we have made sure to take into the account the motivation for each participant and to optimize it for all. So you guys see there's so many XRPL projects on the XRPL, and this is going to help all these projects grow having this technology. So Bias Goose response, thank you. Can you tell us a bit more about the continuous auction mechanism? Seems like it's an important differentiator. She responds, yes, we call it the secret sauce. Let me start by defining the problem friction point that we try to solve through continuous auction mechanism, CAM. Impermanent loss is an inherent problem with automated market makers. It happens when volatility or symmetric trading causes relative price of assets in an AMA pool to go out of sync with that of external markets. In an automated market making does not adjust the price automatically due to lack of external market information. As a result, arbitrageurs intervene, but they have to. Wait until the profit from the transaction and thus the pool's expected loss exceeds the trading fees. Race compete against others who are also trying to arbitrage, reduce success probability. This results in decreased trading volumes and hence a loss to pool and liquidity providers because of low trading activity. And second, when arbitrageurs trade to balance the two markets, they make profits at the expense of the pool. With CAM is the continuous auction mechanism. We try to create mechanisms that is profitable for both arbitrageurs and LPs, liquidity providers. Automated market making continuously sells off trading advantages for 24-hour period at near zero trading fee. Proceeds from the auction and divide it between previous slot holder, continued pro, and automated market making pool. As a result, this eliminates wait time and race conditions and auction slot holders arbitrage, thus reducing the periods of reducing trading activity. It also reduces the impact of impermanent loss for liquidity providers. Liquidity providers reap a share of profits that would otherwise just go to arbitrageurs. Bias Goose responds, this is amazing. Thank you for walking us through this one. One quick question to answer some from the community will NFTs be tradable in the AMAs? The current proposal does not support non-fungible tokens. One can create an XRP IOU as well as IOU pools. XLS30 proposes a weighted geometric mean market maker GM3 where the spot price is counted as the ratio of two assets in the pool. So you could create your own IOU token soon and create your own liquidity pool. And also, I believe, the projects will be able to create their own liquidity pools as well. So this is exciting. Bias Goose says, another one from the community. Is there an overhaul plan for block explorers with regards to AMA, easy to read representations of swaps, liquidity providers? And is there any analytics planned for the AMA? Thank you for asking. We're not overhauling the Explorer that we manage, livenet.xrpl.org, but we are adding direct support for AMA. This includes object types, transactions, and specific page for AMA account, which will include the current status of automated market making, token types, balances, and all transactions that have occurred since inception. We expect that other explorers in the XRPL ecosystem, such as XRP Scan, BitThumb, will add AMA support as well. For analytics, we do not plan to build public-facing AMA analytic tooling at the moment. However, there are a number of interesting projects in the blockchain space that offer data visualization and token info that express interest in supporting XRPL tokens and DEXs. XRPL also has public APIs available, such as onthedex.live, public HTTP/WebSocket, Sologenic XRPL trading data that are available to pull ledger and DEX data. So that's basically the full conversation. I'm gonna have this whole. I could post the link to this conversation in the description, also the GitHub. But that's the most in-depth breakdown of the XLS30 coming to XRPL that I read. So thank you guys for listening to this educational video. That was Bias Goose, AMA in the XRP Ledger developers Discord. So that's very exciting news. Let's continue. Okay, now let's move on to some exciting news. On Sunday, December 18th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to be having Reza as a guest on my Twitter space. Reza is the co-creator of Quorum and Sologenic, and we're going to go deep. We're going to have a whole discussion on, I'm going to ask him so many questions. It's going to be an amazing discussion. He's actually part of helping bring XLS30 to Sologenic. So XLS30 will be featured on Sologenic's platforms. You'll be able to use a DeFi in the XRP ledger. Super easy thanks to the Sologenic dev team. So we're going to be talking about that. That's something to look forward to. So set a reminder on my Twitter account and join us live. I'll also record this conversation and put it up on my YouTube channel. So everybody will have an opportunity to listen to this conversation. We're also going to be learning more about the deeper secretive stuff with Quorum about the smart tokens. I'm going to be asking him about smart tokens. They haven't released the details on smart tokens yet, and he'll be sharing some information at the Zen Lounge. So if you guys want some alpha news, this is where you'll be able to find it. Yesterday, we had a huge success with the NFT collection. Shout out to the artist, Esoteric Visions. He's going to be coming on the show today. We listed these swords. I want to tell you guys a funny, amazing, successful, story real quick, because I'm just like so hyped up to hear about this. So we listed these swords for only 100 XRP. We wanted to give people an opportunity to get them cheap, and also, so there's resale value. So we listed these for 100, and they instantly started selling on the secondary marketplace for us. They turned 100 XRP. They bought the sword for, and they sold it for 5,890 solo. And there was a few of these. Let me show you guys. That's a pretty good NFT flip. I think I'm going to come out with another bigger collection next month. So this person paid 100 XRP for this Solo Nation sword, and they were able to sell it for 2,222 XRP. So that's a nice flip for whoever was able to snipe one of these for only 100 XRP. So let's talk about the marketplace. This is how it looks. If we go to NFTs, the Solo Assassin collection is ranked number 2 in the past 7 days. So shout out to the Zen Lounge. We dominated Sologenic Marketplace, became the number 2 collection very, very quickly. And we got another collection coming next month. I'm going to be doing an interview with the artist of the collection today. And hope you guys stick around. Now let's talk about busting the FUD. Let's bust some FUD real quick for you guys. So everybody always says, well, XRP, 100 billion tokens, that's way too much. How could it ever be valuable? And people also say, oh, they could just make another XRP and have their own token. So XRP is the native coin of the XRP ledger. In order to set a trust line, you need XRP. In order to open up a wallet on the XRP ledger, you need XRP. It's like the gas, the fuel that runs this whole entire engine. So, first of all, that whole saying they could create their own XRP. Well, in order to do that, they would need XRP to do that. So XRP will always have utility as long as XRP ledger is being developed on. So that FUD is knocked out of the park. After learning about XLS30, some people said that how valuable is being able to send XRP back and forth 3.5 seconds because they could just swap back to, a stable currency. Well, XLS30 brings value to people via the secret sauce where people could actually earn profits for providing XRP and liquidity pools. And how many assets in the world need liquidity pools? We could say all the assets in the world need liquidity pools. So XRP, the coin, could be used as the liquidity token for everything in the world. Because eventually, if we're thinking about a global economy, an economy without borders on the line, why would we value everything on USD? What if America isn't the most powerful country 20, 30 years from now, 50 years from now? What if things are more balanced? They need decentralized currency that's not controlled by anybody. It's controlled by a protocol, which I think XRP could be that, a currency that isn't controlled by China, isn't controlled by USD, and that will be the liquidity token for everything in the world. So when you think about liquidity and XRP needing to be in all these pools for these banks and institutions to earn profits for providing liquidity and to keep all these markets liquid, that's a lot of XRP that's going to be needed. So the 100 billion XRP FUD out of the way. They could create their own XRP out of the way. This is just kind of a chill explanation. We could talk way deeper about this subject. But yeah, the other question is when XLS20 was about to go live, NFTs, everyone was all hyped about NFTs coming to the XRP ledger, NFTs coming to the XRP ledger. Everybody was posting about it, but nobody was posting. A lot of the people in the community weren't posting the options of where you go to actually get your XRPL NFT. There's on XRP, there's Sologenic, there's these certain platforms that allow you to access, the platform allows you to access someone explained this to me, talked to this educator guy named Ben. He explained to me, like XRP and Stellar have their native DEX, that's like a river. And then these protocols like Sologenic on XRP are like the pier and the boat that allows you to get onto the river, be able to access that decentralized ecosystem. So, I believe Sologenic is going to be one of the platforms that we go to access these AMAs. And they have an incredible dev team that could support these amendments and et cetera. So just as everyone, all these platforms that are doing the XLS20 stuff will probably also have platforms for XLS30. So these DeFi platforms that access the XRP ledger. So that's my speculation. So talking about Sologenic, there's one thing I want to bring up. As a community member, I've been documenting and researching into Sologenic and Corium since the airdrop of last year. I love community-based projects. 50% of the Solo supply was airdropped to community. An insane number of Corium tokens have been airdropped to Sologenic holders this whole entire year, 100 million. So community-based projects is what I'm a big fan of here at the Zen Lounge, so I cover a lot of them. And it's really exciting to see so many more people, researchers, even decoders now talking about Sologenic. So there's a few different people. There's a few different telegrams that I've joined to read other people's perspective on Sologenic. There's one called D and Friends. There's a few other ones I'll show when they have some good posts. But I thought this person has a good theory. So to end this video, I'm gonna give you a theory to speculate on. Because D and Friends is a big researcher, decoder of the BlackRock whale post, BlackRock whale 2. They actually found some interesting decodes with the BlackRock whale 2 account. But D and Friends posts this. Been thinking a lot this week about some BlackRock whale post where he says, we're not allowed to trade next week. Those posts point to a massive crash in the market. And I think I know what he means. Stablecoins and ETH to go down at some point and likely will freeze withdrawals from all exchanges. I've been following through. He talks about Solo nonstop. So my thought is that decentralized exchanges will be the only ones that are operational for a while. And most of the decentralized exchanges are on the Ethereum network. If ETH goes down, that leaves us with not many choices. Also makes sense why Solo could do so well and will pump so hard. If you don't know, Solo is a decentralized exchange for the XRP ledger. Main message here is be careful in the coming days and weeks. Have multiple plans for multiple scenarios. I'd especially be prepared for all centralized exchanges to go down. So with the new and improved decentralized exchanges that like Osmosis, Sologenic, there's many of these really amazing DeFi dexes. In my opinion, they'll soon make centralized exchanges obsolete. They kind of go against the whole premise of DeFi. The whole point is to get rid of the third party. Centralized exchanges, by definition, are the third party. So it's one of the most important things to eliminate. Ethereum has their own Uniswap. They have a couple things like that. So Sologenic is like that to the XRP ledger. XRP ledger has a native DEX. Sologenic is like a boat that allows you to access the river of the DEX, right? So it's a platform that makes it user friendly, very easy for people to hop on. Sologenic, if you ever experienced their DEX, the user experience is inspired off of Binance. So it's very much like a centralized exchange experience, but it's all DeFi based. They have their own wallet, you control your own keys and custody your crypto. So I thought this was interesting speculation. That's a possible scenario for Solo pumping to 170. If it's the only exchange that's working 24/7, that anyone in the world, all the XRP ledger assets you're able to access it there. So another reason why I believe this, because they just announced SEC qualified stablecoins via Stably, which is backed by Prime Trust. Prime Trust was just on stage with Osmosis and Fabio from Sologenic, Prime Trust. They're SEC approved stablecoins. That just listed on Sologenic. So what could happen is they could fucking destroy the whole entire market. And the big players, the BlackRock whales, the institutions, those type of entities will have their money parked safe and secure on the XRP ledger with SEC approved stablecoins. And then while everyone else gets wrecked while we move to this future third generation economy. So interesting timing. They released stablecoins on the XRP ledger Stably, along with this narrative from D and Friends. This is just a theory and speculation, though, guys, just for fun. But everybody, enjoy your day, and looking forward to the interview I'm gonna be posting after this. Peace. Yo, everybody, now to the fun stuff. I have a special guest with me today. I have Dorian, Esoteric Visions. He helped me with the collection. Of course, I'm wearing my Q Waken solo hoodie. I'm not paid to wear this. I received this as a gift from Q Waken team, but I love the Q Waken hoodie. So, Dorian, what's going on, man? We were just talking about banks being upgraded into Zum. Did you use it yet?
Yeah, I did. It was just as easy as using it on Solo on the Solo Dex. Because for a while I've been using the Solo Dex to buy my XRP and Sologenic because I mean I had been using a bank to buy my cryptos for 2 years now, and out of nowhere Uphold isn't accepting my card anymore. They did the same thing too. I started using with a Cash App card, They accepted it for a couple of months, and then they stopped accepting it now as well. So even Uphold is starting to give some issues with purchasing our cryptos, at least that I have noticed. So having
I've actually
the,
had
the
I've had a lot of friends who have had that difficulty recently. Had a lot of friends that have been saying their Chase bank account just like stop letting them use it to buy crypto. So it's a common difficulty that's happening.
well, I mean, this I guess puts everything into an easier, even playing field, right? You know, we don't have to go through any other middleman, and I guess that's the whole important thing about this whole being a part of a decentralized network. You know, taking back your own power, right?
That's the whole premise of what this is all about, bro. So I was just grabbing
Yeah,
my coffee.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
So,
Yeah,
bro, I mean, this is huge news, seeing DeFi take off. We're able to cut the middleman. We're able to get our XRP or XRPO tokens, have them directly go. Because what I do is I used to buy on Uphold.
yeah.
Then you have to buy an Uphold, then you send it to your XRPO wallet, like Zum. So
Hmm.
you could use it and trade with it or whatever you got to do, store it, have your own keys to your crypto. Um, so that takes away a whole extra step. Like you don't have to
Yeah,
go purchase it and send it. You could just purchase it and it's there in your custody. You have the private keys to it immediately. That's the
immediately.
future. They've got to run smooth and they got to be just as low fees of the centralized exchanges. Once people find out about this, centralized exchanges are done. I just did a whole educational video kind of talking about that. But what you're
Yeah,
really here for is you're an artist. You create art. You're also a Zen Lounge member. You've been with us since the very beginning. We like to take care of our own community. And I asked you to help me with some art for this collection. And we had no plans. It kind of all like organically happened. We've been working on this for like a month, right?
yeah. Like about like it was I'd say like 2.5 to maybe 3 weeks. Yeah, something like that.
We put it
Yeah,
all
I mean,
together and like it all came together magically. And then without even planning on it, it's the number 2 collection on the marketplace in the past
that's
seven
what's
days.
up, man.
So it's
That's
like
pretty.
this is huge. And I want to kind of talk about the whole experience because it was not easy. We were literally working all night the night before trying to get the dimensions right. 'Cause we had all these swords, but it wasn't the
Yeah.
right dimensions for this Sologenic Marketplace. So like a bunch was cut off. And we were up like all night the night before. Then you had to wake up early in the morning and we had to like make
I
those.
was not gonna let it slide that we not use these blades. I'm like, no, 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 no. We'll figure this out. Yeah, man. But it was, yeah, thankful for being able to participate in this, and really looking forward to creating more things in the future, because I really feel like, we can start telling a little story to our NFTs, and it'll be really fun, especially if we carry on the character of the solo assassin,
Yeah, so Solo Assassin is the original creator character that we created, and then there's accessories that the assassin has, like shrines and also a blade. So there's all different blades, and each blade is made out of different metal, and there's different rarities to the metal. So there's the Damascus blade. Let's read what that one's about real quick. The
Yeah,
Damascus blade. This is the description. The
I like that.
Damascus steel is the metal of kings, royalty, and warriors, prized for thousands of years for its mythical beauty and magical properties. Damascus steel is strong, hard, yet uh, docile and flexible, earning its reputation of the sword that could severe other lesser swords and guns barrels. So they all have these really unique descriptions, and there's a whole kit. You have the assassin, you can get a blade, and these 3D shrines. So what are you going to tell the holders of these 3D shrines what they're going to be receiving?
Yes. So the 3D assets that I created for the shrines, I'm soon going to be 3D printing them into actual statues themselves, and we're going to end up everybody who's holding them is gonna get one of the. I'm going to be hand painting them, and yeah. So as I told Then that we it'll probably be somewhere around quarter 1, maybe January, February, that the members will get them, but we'll be sharing updates as they are created. But I'm really excited about the whole idea of creating NFTs that are linked to physical items as well. But feel like it adds a little bit of that incentive, and it's like everybody likes a good NFT, but it's like also nice to have something physical to go along with it. And we were discussing yesterday too about the uh, airdropping the other members that are just the standard sword holders. I'm going to be working on another NFT that's for them. That's going to be airdropped to them, where it's going to be the a bank vault with all your earnings and all your treasures, including your blade and such within them. And for those who didn't get an opportunity to get on, we'll also have a few new probable weapons to be included for the solo assassin, so you can pick one up then.
Yeah, so there's 21 items on this. He just gave you some alpha news for the holders that he's going to be designing more accessories, and people part of this original collection possibly can receive airdrops of these new accessories. And if you didn't get involved in this first collection, what else he was telling you is that there'll be some more up for public mint. This was like a trial run. Obviously 21 wasn't enough. I don't know if you watched the live mint, but as soon as because you can't set it the way Sologenic works right now, you can't put a price on all of them at the same time, so I had to manually do each one.
Yeah.
As soon as I would put one, gone. Put another one up, gone. The whole thing
That's freaking awesome.
It took me 15 minutes to mint everything, and everything sold as fast as I minted it. So it was like a race and competition. Some people were pissed because they didn't get one. But here's what I'm most proud of is kind of our goal was to, help people win. We sold them on the marketplace very, very cheap. And people are able to, make massive profits. So we sold this blade for 100 XRP. They turned around and sold it the same day for 2,222 XRP. That's a huge come up. This other person,
that's awesome.
This person bought it for 100 XRP and sold for 5,890 solo. And what my ultimate vision would be is like when more collections come out, maybe not all the time they're just sold on the market for like higher than the mint price. What if we use these as like bartering in the Zen Lounge? Like, what if someone could be like, "I'll trade you a sword, a gun, a treasure vault, and this for like the solo assassin, or I'll trade you an OG NFT for a solo assassin NFT." And like, there's like trade and bartering that, or maybe someone's like, "Hey, I'll pay you for a coaching session with this NFT." Like it's a token of value in our community. It's like a new form of currency in our community that can be used. So that's kind of like what the whole idea is. They're going to be minted very cheap. They're going to be very rare. And then there'll be a resale secondary market where you could, sell for some profits, or you could hold for life. A lot of people I'm talking to want to hold these for life. They're like prized possessions. So it kind of depends on what you need, but it's just the beginning.
It's exciting, all these different things, especially like yesterday listening to that call with Amber Metaverse, just along what they're created and everything like that. And considering that, like I like building these things. I like creating these animations, and like as we were discussing yesterday, and just like several ideas are running through my head of what we could do for like creating like releasing for the community like several rare video animations with continuing the saga of the solo assassins, if you will. We could create our own little world for within this series of NFTs, and and then share other smaller NFTs for the other collectors out there.
Let's switch up the subject real quick. So what got you into this whole universe of XRP and crypto? Like, how did you get started with getting involved?
No lie, like you guys. Like I remember watching like I think it was like episode 2 of the round table when you had like what's the dude from Canada on there and several other folks, and I was just I had like started following you. I think it was on Instagram, and I was just like, because I kept hearing XRP this, XRP that. And I'm like, what is this? And it just like, then I started listening to you guys while I was like, mowing the lawn, and freaking. Then I was like, looked into all the stuff like Rosie Rios and all that shit, and then everything just kept going. And I was just like, oh, okay, all right, you know, everything just kind of like kept following up from there. I remember back in the day, I had two acquaintances that basically became millionaires off of Bitcoin. They warned me at 10 cents, get in. I didn't. Then there was somebody who warned me about Ethereum. I wasn't at the place to get in on that. And now it's just like, oh, I'm not letting this boat miss me by again, especially seeing where everything is going, because it's at this point in time, it's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Negligent for you to keep your head in the sand about the way that things are going financially for the world. You know, everything rising up in prices, like the money losing its value. The whole thing with Saudi Arabia, I think, was the coupling of the petrodollar with the to the BRICS nations. I mean, that's just further, cementing this whole thing that the power of the dollar is kind of waning, and something is gonna give. So you might as well be prepared for the situation. Not financial advice, right? But look into things. I mean, you can't ignore what's happening right now, right?
Didn't you go to a Ripple meetup and you met a lot of the guys like the
I
John
did.
Deacon and
That's
all those
right.
guys?
I did. I actually met a couple of dudes that were what's it called? They were advising for Congress, and they were like straight up telling me, it's like, these people don't know shit. They don't know shit. They're like, and it's kind of scary, the notion that, well, I mean, it's always been kind of messed up that these people that are supposedly governing us or making laws about how we should carry our lives oftentimes do not know anything about the legislation that they are trying to pass.
Yeah, so it's like this XRP is this new generation technology that's never existed ever. And the SEC is trying to label it based on a test, the Howey test, that existed in the 1940s. How are we ever going to advance as a civilization if we're still working to the same standards of the 1940s? Like, come on, bro. Like, we're so
It's
much.
it really, and what I found interesting, I think it was Jeremy Hogan that was talking about possible scenarios, and I mean, a lot of us want to obviously see the lawsuit settle, but this really, I really feel like it's not going to be just that simple, because it's like where you were talking about the highway test. I could see, like, when he said that there could this case could set a precedent moving forward, just like how the whole thing when the Internet Protection Act, I think it was, when it happened, that caused the dot-com boom and shit. But like with this, there could be a possibility that we could end up seeing, like, instead of the Howey test, a Ripple test, a new criteria for certain things moving forward, and well, which I feel like it should, I mean, look at all the stuff that's going on over the past year with so many, rug pulls, so many different, exchanges going insolvent, there definitely needs to be some way to, so there needs to be clarity with
Well,
while still.
every single narrative that has been happening that is framed as bad, you look at it with a magnifying glass and you find out that the XRP ledger is a solution to that problem. Like,
I swear, people are getting tired of every time something comes up. I'm like, yo, XRP can solve that straight up.
yeah, we're getting
And
like the boy that could cry wolf. Eventually, we'll.
right, but it's funny because though I've been saying this for so long that now the people that are like, oh shit, I guess I see what you're talking about now. Like, I see the coming. You tell them,
Yeah,
you
more
tell
people are
people
waking up.
that you tell people, oh, hey, there's a digital dollar coming. Like, they're gonna try to do this shit. for over a year. It's like, nah, nah, nah. And then, so, hey, did you see the 12-week pilot started in New York, for the digital dollar? What? When? Yeah, good. That, so taking my warnings a little lightly. Maybe you shouldn't.
And what people gotta understand is the digital dollar is gonna be centralized, and it's not gonna be decentralized. So it's
Yeah,
not gonna
that's
be as
why I
safe
keep
as
telling
these crypto
people, it's
assets.
like, why would I risk having my earnings in a centralized currency that is at the whim of the agency to be turned off at any point in time when I can invest in the decentralized infrastructure and make my gains from that?
I totally agree. I totally agree. And the lawsuit has taken a lot longer than a lot of people are anticipating. So people are getting worn out. But I believe that there's going to be a huge ripple effect after that. And it's going to open the door for so much adoption once it's over. Um, I've been spending a lot of time just like really going deep into the technology. There's been so much happening on the XRP ledger that a lot of people that have only been focusing on the lawsuit, I believe they've been distracted
Yeah,
from. Like we had XLS20 go live, we have XLS30 in the works
yeah,
for DeFi on XRP Ledger. All this stuff is
that's big.
happening. So it's almost like this lawsuit is like kind
Just
of
give
like
it the
smoking.
time.
It's like smoke and mirrors. Like it makes the normie afraid to get involved when it's really like they're waiting for the tech to be at a certain point, I think, and then boom, they're just gonna open the door for all the big players to come in. Because soon with
Yeah,
XLS, with the liquidity pools, these institutions are going to be able to make yield with their XRP and provide
yeah,
liquidity,
that's
earn
fucking big,
profits.
yo.
All of them are like this, like licking their lips, like can't wait to jump into those liquidity pools. So it's like they're getting it all ready, and once they're gonna bring clarity, and then it's gonna have all the utilities ready. NFTs are so much more than the collectibles, like what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're basically the pioneers of this marketplace. But if you look on the NFT marketplace, NFTs are just non-fungible tokens. The what NFTs could become are
It's so
limitless.
much
So it's
more.
like, look, we could took right here and we could do type of categories, and where is it? Before it, oh, others. Let me see. Before it used to show me real estate, but like real estate will be on these marketplaces, commodities,
That's
ETF
awesome.
securities.
You see, and like, I mean, like, think about it. Not too long ago, we didn't have the whole thing of the markets on here because I've been following this Dex for a minute now. They added the stock things. I mean, what other decentralized or just a crypto exchange offers that? I'm not aware of any other one. That you can be looking at also the stocks into it, and that's pretty big too. And I mean, like once they open up, like like right now, the metaverse thing is still very young, and that's why I really liked what I heard yesterday about those dudes, and I'm definitely gonna be looking into
You
that
guys
more. And
haven't watched the video yesterday? I did an interview with Amber Metaverse. They received a grant from the Quarium Foundation. They're going to be building gaming and metaverse within the Quarium ecosystem. So go back, watch that video, and you'll know what Dorian's talking about. Go ahead.
yeah, and just to be able to because like right now, when we were talking about this NFT project, I was ready to have like the blades, the 3D files, and everything ready to upload, so it could be exportable. And like if, but it's like we are so ahead that these exchanges still haven't even been able, because even though they have the metaverse options, it's like we can't upload our 3D files on there yet, but soon,
Well,
you
I'm
know what
actually talking with the team to get the assassin integrated into the what is it? The Sologenic original metaverse. So
Nice.
that could happen,
Fuck
and then we could get all the blades
yeah.
into the metaverse too, and everything.
That's awesome. You see that, so that's exciting because like I hear, oh, we're being given a platform where creators can create, and it's like, and it's already linked to the Sologenic and Corium and all that stuff. So it's like awesome. We could literally be taking the Solo Assassin into the Amber Metaverse.
Think about the .com boom. Like, what were some of the big, like, the whole .com boom because commerce was happening. Like platforms like eBay were really big. Amazon is
Mhm.
an example where you could basically go into eBay and set up your own shop, or you could go into
Hmm.
Amazon right now and you could set up your own drop shipping business. But essentially, you have your own little store on their platform, and that's kind of like how I see the future of Sologenic. Like everyone could have their own decentralized marketplace, and you don't have that third person um, looking. You don't have that third party like eBay taking fees. You keep
Yeah,
100%,
and
and you
like
get the royalty. You don't have to touch anything. It's
the
not just NFT.
royalty.
People are selling. Look, I'm wearing a hoodie. People are already selling clothes on this DeFi marketplace.
You see, that's what
People
I'm
are
wanting.
selling skateboards. People are doing a tokenized surfboard. We have tokenized statues. So like, like e-commerce. The future is going to be de-commerce, decentralized internet
Like that
commerce, and
e-commerce.
like
Hell,
it's like to be able to have commerce without another third party, taxing you. This
or
is
just even
this is
being able
like a
to
huge step
money.
forward in human evolution, human economy. Like trade, barter, commerce is as old as humanity, and we've just upgraded to the next level thanks to open source technology. It's trustless. Everyone could trust the technology to do business with people we don't trust in a trustless way.
Yeah.
So it's just like I'm so happy. I think this is revolutionary and gives people more power, so they're more
Yeah,
sovereign.
because a good example that I saw the other day, there's this woman on TikTok that was really blowing up because she was basically making her own natural anti-parasitic cleanses and had opened up. She had sold out several times and had opened and blew up and had created an Amazon storefront, and they shut her freaking down. She bought a giant industrial machine to freaking make capsules, and they were like, "Oh no, 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 no! You're selling natural stuff, and it's anti-parasitics. No, no, no! We shut you down, and we're taking your money that you made. Like, we're still having this happen. You see, this is why this stuff is so important. People that like you say it frequently. We're so early. Like people don't see the full utility for a decentralized network.
So yeah,
All we
if someone's canceled, they can't open an account on eBay. They can't open an account on PayPal. They can't. They're banned from all the cancel culture.
Yeah,
This could literally be life or death for someone having a. I'm not saying it's Sologenic. There's gonna be other marketplaces too,
yeah,
but having DeFi marketplaces could potentially keep someone's food on the table for them, which is bigger than life or death. That's like gonna keep them alive. So that's like exactly. Maybe somebody has some, maybe they're trying to sell vitamin C, and
I mean,
they
you
ban
know
it.
that they
You could put
recently
it. You could
were
have a
like,
vitamin C shop on sologenic.org, and still open up business, and nobody could block XRP as a payment. It's sent. That's one of the things about XRP. You can't block it. So like, there's no way somebody could flag your account and be like, you can't send XRP to this account. Like, as long as they push send to your address, it will be deposited. So you don't have to worry about this regime that's look. Even Kanye West isn't safe. He said a couple comments. They went after his bank account. If it's happening to the biggest people in the world, what do you think is going to be happening in the next 5 years? It's going to trickle down to the smaller people if people don't act up. Nobody rises up and defends Kanye West. Like, yeah, whether you agree or disagree with what he said, does he deserve to have his bank account freaking suspended and taken from him? You know,
yeah,
if nobody rises up or gives a fuck, what do you think the power that be going to be? Hey, nobody cares. Let's just do it to the small level people too. Oh, you visited this website? Wells Fargo shuts your shit down. That could happen. That's why we talk about decentralization so often. But it's almost like they're gonna push us to a tipping point
it's
where
that Black
humanity
Mirror
finally is
stuff.
like, oh, we have all these open source tools that we could utilize instead of their centralized, Illuminati tools. Let's just say what it is.
And I constantly get way back and forth between this whole notion. It's like, oh man, are we just opening the doors to like the Illuminati coin or the bank, B system? But then it's just like, no, 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 no. Don't let yourself get distracted by these things. Yes, they are trying to do that on top of our decentralized network, but at its core, like the things that we're invested in have good values, like Cosmos. like their whole, everything where you're voting and you have a say into things, and like, it's like if
I
if
love
enough,
Cosmos, man. It actually
yeah.
feels like you're a part of something bigger than you, and
Hmm.
you are
So
contributing
that's
to it.
why it's like I feel like being a part of, you can't like let yourself, get caught up with like, oh yeah, okay, they're obviously trying to pull something. All the more reason to become as well versed and knowledgeable about the decentralized networks as an alternative to protect your livelihood, because that's not going to help you. We are heading towards those Black Mirror episodes, where with the social credit system. And I mean, if you don't take back your own, personal responsibility, then your ignorance is not going to be bliss.
Exactly. Yeah, CBDCs are definitely in the works from the biggest players in the world. So, instead of putting your head in the sand, like you said, educate yourself on what would be the alternatives. What are the big players going to protect themselves in? Whereas most of these CBDCs will have buttons that they could inflate to as much as they want, or even, put negative interest rates on your money.
I
You could
heard one
transition to
of
you could transition
art
to decentralized options like XRP or Solo that are finite and actually are shrinking. The more XRP is used, the more XRP that is burned and becomes less and less. The more Solo tokens are used, becomes burned, becomes less and less. These are great alternatives to the CBDC world that could potentially come. And like I said, they're censor resistant, so you can't censor, XRP, Solo, these type of tokens. Whereas those CBDCs, there definitely could be censored, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah. It's
But
it's
it's not gloom or doom. This
no.
is literally there's the tools like cell phones came out and it changed a lot of people's lives, made a lot of people's lives very easy. It
Mhm.
could enhance someone's life and give them the tools to network with people all over the world, do all this amazing things, read research from people all over the world on these applications. Now, on the other hand, you could also sit on your phone all day doing unproductive behaviors, and the phone could also ruin your life and destroy you. That's kind of like how technology I've always seen. It's like a
It's not
double
good
edge.
or bad. It's
Not good or
about
bad, it's up to the individual. So if the individual is so scared and so panicked about the future, it's like you need to do some inner work in yourself and, realize that you're the person in control and you're all the power within you and it's all a state of mind. Nobody could enslave you, unless you enslave yourself to them. Like you have to be able to decide that you're going to be free no matter what circumstances arise. So go
you,
ahead.
you see, and that's what I gotta say, man. Like that's what I'm so thankful for in this time that I've been in this group, because it's like once I was introduced into this whole world and seeing what's coming and being part of this group where it's like, look, everything may be heading in one direction, but if even just a fraction of us, what do you call it, from the 8,000 people in this group take their earnings and follow through with some of the, remember the stuff that we are talking about, how we will use our money to, make an impact and start like the change in the world. Like even if just a couple, 100 of us do that, like I feel like we will really become like the leaders of the new tomorrow, to be able to actually make a difference, because it's like so much oftentimes it's like, we're some of us are just held back from the impact that we want to make because we're not financially there. It sucks. We want to unplug from the matrix, but to do that you have to learn how to play the matrix, right? And like I'm just excited for the, because I already live like the earnings are already there, and I'm just trying to set out the roadmap to like, all right, once this future unfolds itself, how are we gonna how are we gonna make a change? How are we gonna make an impact?
Well, that's really where it all begins. So you got to have a why. I believe anybody that is here in the crypto markets with all the negative press and the price depreciation in some of our favorite assets, and they're still here. The reason they're still here is because they have a big why for the future. Like they're in it because it's something bigger than just a Lamborghini at this point, right? Like
Hmm.
you're still in crypto at this point. You're still educating yourself, learning, investing in these assets, probably because, you want to see better for the world, not just yourself. Like you want to see decentralization come, and then also you see the opportunity that um, our generation had a lot of hard times to. It's not. I don't like making excuses, but let's just say
No, it's true.
our generation had a hard, especially if you're living in like San Francisco or
Oh,
LA or these major cities. Like it's very difficult for our generation to get that kickstart. Like other generations were able to buy a house, for $150,000. Now to buy a house in San Francisco, you need like $1 million, and it's not really. It's hard for people to get started. So a lot
yeah.
of people see crypto as a way, to change themselves, their situation, have the resources to create the dreams that our generation has, and that's still the mission, and that's why we have the crypto collective. Dorian's a member of the Zen Lounge, and this is going to be really important to have a networking group, a collective. Even more like right now, it's really important to have people to talk with that believe in it because so few people in the world believe in this stuff. So it's important to like keep that energy with like-minded people. But after we move, it's going to be more important because then we could pull our resources together and really change stuff. Like really, you know, we could we could put budgets together to film educational, high quality documentaries that are badass that people want to watch that actually have good information that people need. We could create all type. That's just something I just thought of
You
right now on
see,
the spot. But like
like for me, like
one
one thing.
orange trees have like orange fruit trees literally everywhere, so people have there's food.
Yes.
There's so many things
That
that we could do.
blows my mind that still to this day, the whole notion of like, oh, you see a female tree, we cut that down. Fuck that. It's like, we could be